Our ragtag band of zombie apocalypse survivors find themselves on a sprawling studio lot near Sonoya, Georgia.
I scouted ahead. There's an advance of zombies on the perimeter. There must be 1,000 of them.
Scarl, help me secure the barriers.
I head that way and create diversion.
Everybody calm down. I'm sure they saw the flyers I posted and came to join our anti-racism rally.
When did we agree to a rally? What are you talking about?
I planned it all out. Look, I made these signs out of aluminum siding from our shelter and our last bit of firewood. Hey there. We just want to make sure you have equal access to voting. I have a stack of mail-in ballots right here if you need them.
Rick, I ain't comfortable with this.
Go back to hell, zombie scum.
Hey, Daryl, how about we stop with the demonization? These aren't bad people. They're just dead and they need jobs. Maybe try something called compassion for once. If you're going to insist on being xenophobic and blaming immigrants for all your problems, then you're forcing me to stand against you. This here is our opportunity to extend a hand to our former humans. Ow.
Grab the big guns. They're coming fast.
Hold on there. Those rifles are for hunting small game and birds.
But, Dad!
These are weapons of war. Nobody needs a gun that will shoot 30 bullets in 30 seconds. You think you're gonna take on the government or something? You'd need more than that, like F-15s and stuff. The government could just nuke you if they wanted to. Now put your guns in the fire and we'll melt them down in a symbolic gesture.
You're crazy. You need serious help, man.
And maybe you need to take a look at yourself and ask why you need to make up for your microphallus by walking around with a bunch of guns like a big shot. Come on, everybody, reject Daryl's calls for violence and form a human chain of resistance. No justice, no peace. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome.
If I live through this, I'll eat you myself.
Welcome, adventurers. I am your game master, Will the Wuss. Tonight's quest will take you on an epic adventure to the cliffs of Elfindor.
Not again.
Your party embarks from the Bard's Codpiece Tavern when suddenly the ground begins to shake.
Was that an earthquake?
No, Mucus, this weird chick has been living under my table for weeks. I think she's a cast-off from a bad new metal band.
Do you have to feed her like a pet?
Not really. She eats the crumbs off my floor.
You little...
Careful, Mike. She could be an escaped mental patient from Hawkins' nut house. She might slit your throat in your sleep.
Could a mental patient do this?
That was awesome. What other tricks did you teach her?
Mike, I need a hot tub. A big one.
Entitled, aren't we? Put a ring on it first.
It's for my sensory deprivation, so I can have my crazy visions again.
Oh boy, here we go.
I also need 600 pounds of Jell-O, ice cold and shaken.
I'll see if Beyonce is available. That's all the Jell-O. Now to add ice cubes, chill for 2 hours, and top with whipped cream. Remember, we need absolute silence so Ash 11 can concentrate. Are you remembering anything yet?
Shut up! I'm trying. Now I remember. I remember Papa Joe. I was always Papa's favorite smelling child. I was the subject of weird experiments as part of a government mind control program. Until one day, the repeated trauma of long showers with Papa must have triggered my psychic abilities.
Everything I did for the 10%.
I remember walking into the special ward. You know, the one with all the tards and morons.
Look who finally decided to join us. I guess the Lunesta and Ambien cocktail wore off. Now go put on something sexy. We're meeting business partners of mine in an hour.
The Russians are busting my balls over my hard drive, so we're going to extort the Chinks into blackmailing the Russians and getting me a seat on the board. Plus, they both screwed me over on a ketamine deal. It's all about leverage. Anyway, dude, Dad has connections to the son of a head of a Guangzhou oil firm now. That's where you come in.
Ah! No, I won't do it. You're not using me as bait in your twisted schemes. It's all my fault. I made this happen. I opened up a gash time and space to an alternate dimension. Dustbin, what are you doing in here?
Just thought I'd chill out. Get it? Because it's yellow.
Mike, I have to go into the upside-down clown world and save the world or something.
Then we're going with you.
There's an opening to the upside-down clown somewhere in these woods. There's also a lot of animal scat, so try not to step in it. Everybody, hold your nose. There's no regular trash pickup.
Phew, it smells like dead dog's butt up in here. What the hell is that thing?
My brother.
Your brother's a demo moron, dog. Head for the hills.
Oh my god, it's disgusting. The chicks are kind of banging though. Ash Levin, you're back, and you brought me a fresh batch of child actors.
These are my friends, not your personal casting couch.
You sure? I got a wad of cash and a lot of coke.
Is that classic Coke or new Coke?
Meet my friends, famous Hollywood producers James Gorgon from Gorgons of the Galaxy and Brian Singor of X-Men. Fresh meat. Dibs on the chubby one. Fist bump, bro. Ash, use your super psychic powers on this plant puss already. She won't save you. She wants to be famous too badly.
I don't know, Mike. They just offered me a lead role on an Amazon Prime show.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm going to Hollywood. So our quest ends, but the greatest adventure lies ahead of us.
Shut up. Hey, Mucus, I heard they're casting for Black Panther 2.
Nah, hell with that. I'm finna be the next Gandalf.
This is ending just like a real Spielberg movie. Hours of wasted time and I'm half asleep. Welcome back to a very special edition of The Lame Show. To promote public health awareness and universal love tonight, I will be baptized live on stage in this vat of Pfizer vaccine with the help of my band leader, John the Baptiste.
Yo, what's up, Steven?
Hi.
Steven, do you believe that the vaccine is the holy word of God?
Yep.
Then I now baptize you in the name of the Pfizer, Son, and Holy Dose. May the silence of the lambs wash all your skin away.
That's sin.
Get your head down there.
And blood.
How do you feel now?
Sticky and absolved.
Hey, Steven, I also heard that you were never circumcised.
Oh, Jesus.
Morning, everybody. I'm back from trick-or-treating. Now, all you school kids have to get your shot. Safe, effective, making progress.
Mr. Governor, where have you been for 2 weeks?
Astro World. Travis Scott, Drake, off the hook. Off the hook.
welcome to Creative Chaos Halloween Party. My name is Kitty Phillips, and I am your hostess with the mostest ghostess. And I have got a co-host tonight, Scott McKenzie.
Necklace.
The necklace.
Call me the necklace. Nice to be here. What are we gonna do? It's so nice to see you, Kitty. I'm usually stuck here with my wife, Christy.
Oh, well, Christy's a little tied up tonight. Wink.
By who?
She's just tied up.
Oh,
She
I
can't
see.
make it tonight. So I'm taking over the Creative Chaos stream. And like I said, I'm the hostess with the mostest ghostess. And we had a party planned tonight, but I think everybody's a little nervous because they've never met Kitty before. Because nobody showed up.
You're intimidated.
Am I? But like I said, hostess with the mostest ghostess. Something I'm very excited to do for the first time ever is welcome in Christy's regular sidekick, the Batman. Let's do that. I've never met him before. Oh, that's right. Here you go. Hello, Batman. It's so nice to meet you.
And I have to unmute myself. Yes, that would help. Hi, Kitty. Nice to meet you. Wait, I have my Halloween costume too. Give me 1 second.
Okay, well, I'm excited to see what you're coming as because Christy told me you were really excited to dress up tonight. Any reason to dress up? Yes,
Absolutely.
and I'm just checking the Kitty Phillips DMs and a lot of people saying sorry doing family stuff, and I completely understand. The littles are the most important. Okay, that is a giant head or a tiny hat.
And they stuck together. Yeah. Very nice.
Is this a new something new that you acquired for Halloween?
Yes, it is. It's actually the first time I'm wearing it. I can't breathe in it either, so I'm taking it off.
Well, I'd say it's not quite orange enough.
Not orange enough? You sure?
It looks pretty fleshy.
Fleshier than me? I'm actually sunburned. I was out in the parking lot all day today.
I was gonna say you looked a little pink.
Yeah, I was doing election working today, and then they stuck me out in the parking lot. We had a lot of fun.
Okay, now was that something that they were trying to get rid of you and stuck you in the parking lot?
Well, yes, because I was wearing a shirt I shouldn't have been wearing.
Oh, the one you're wearing right now? Does it say Dilly 300?
It does, but no, that's not the one I was wearing earlier. This was the undershirt. I was wearing a lion's head on a Trump body with his fist raised in the air. But it was really Trump. It was just a guy in a blue suit with a red tie and a big lion head.
That was enough.
Yep. They made me take it off. I wasn't allowed to wear it.
I'm so sorry that they sound like party poopers.
Yep. And then they stuck me out in the parking lot after
that. For crowd control, was it very crowded? What did you do?
I made sure nobody got into accidents, which was pretty good, because we didn't have any on my side. Unfortunately, there was one on the other side, but crowd control wasn't as worried about as parking lot control. Oh, pardon me, parking lot control, because the firehouse where I was working today had insane amounts of space and lots of people coming to park. So we had to direct them down to the Art League's parking lot, which is on the other side of the road.
Okay, now for Halloween, do you get trick-or-treaters where you are?
At my house, yes. In my office, no, which I am currently in my office. And usually we get the trick-or-treaters at the house between like 10 in the morning till about 4 in the afternoon, because it's all the mothers and their little preemie babies and their little tweens and teens. And, Yeah, and then the older kids, they just throw toilet paper at everybody's houses and try and paper everybody's houses.
Is that a big thing on the East Coast? Toilet papering during Halloween?
Yes, big time. That and raw eggs, smashing raw eggs, at throwing eggs at cars, at putting them in their mailboxes, and yeah, all kinds of fun stuff like that.
Yeah, you guys are mean over there.
Yeah, they can be pretty mean.
Yeah. We used to toilet paper people's houses, but only the people that we liked and not necessarily on Halloween.
Yeah, we would stay. We would do some of that. Me and my friends would do that usually on July 4th. But then some of the toilet paper caught fire when fireworks went off into a tree, and we almost set a person's house on fire. So it was the last time we did that on July 4th weekend.
Okay, well, I've got to let you know. Like I said, I think people might be intimidated that Kitty's hosting tonight, and this may not be a party, but so you might have to help me carry this through. And I know
No problem.
Christy really depends on you a lot.
I can do that too. But since I have you here, I'm going to ask you to fanboy with us, or since it's a girl, you're going to fangirl with us.
Okay, that sounds wonderful.
I'm going to ask you a series of questions, and you got to answer them for me.
Okay, is there a segment intro?
I think we have a segment intro. Cosmic, do the honors, please.
It might take a minute because this was planned a little differently. Now, see, I forgot to pin Cosmac Grandpa's screen.
So did I. I thought I had it pinned, but apparently I have you pinned.
Okay,
There
I think we're there. Okay, I'm ready to fangirl out. Should Scott participate with me as well?
Yes, that would be great. That would be a lot of fun, actually. All right, so I'm going to ask you some rapid fire questions, and I need the first answer that comes to your mind. Okay?
Okay, I'm
All
ready.
right. What is your favorite movie?
These are the hardest.
My favorite movie in the 90s was Clerks. And now, gosh, let's see. I like The Lord of the Rings.
Okay, Lord of the Rings. There we go. What's he saying?
I don't even have a guess at that.
But you have to guess. Headless
Scotty Mac, you don't have
necklace.
a favorite movie?
No, no, I don't have a favorite movie.
Okay. I need to know the next rapid fire question is your favorite artist from any genre. It doesn't have to be comics or art.
David Byrne.
So you went for music.
I did.
I'll go with Cezanne from painting. It's my favorite.
Cezanne?
Cezanne.
Very good. Okay.
Cezanne.
Shazam.
Shazam.
Shazam. Yes, there you go.
Shazam. He's my favorite.
What's your favorite food? Can be anything.
Burritos.
Really? Oh,
Mhm.
okay. I don't know. Spaghetti?
Really? Spaghetti.
I love a good sandwich, Batman. I love a good sandwich, okay?
And I've heard Christy makes the best sandwiches.
She takes the Parmesan and the butter and crusts up the outside reliably every time.
Ooh, that sounds delicious.
She calls them bomb sandwiches.
Yes, that's her thing.
Very good. Very cool. All right. Your favorite drink, alcoholic or non-alcoholic, doesn't matter.
Oh, this is for Kitty.
Yeah.
Martini.
What's Christy's favorite drink?
Beer.
Beer. Brown beer. Brown beer. That's for me.
All right. I'm a stout man, tried and true. I like dark beers. All right. Now, this next one is any genre, any medium, your favorite character.
Oh my God, these are so hard.
They're
not really.
I like Peter from The Great.
Okay.
Peter from The Great. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
These are all things Batman hasn't ever seen.
Nope, I haven't.
I highly recommend go watch The Great on Hulu. It's awesome.
I will have to do so. And check it out. Last and final question.
Wait, did you say?
It's okay.
You like Tony Soprano?
Yeah, I like Tony Soprano. He's pretty good.
Hey, Kitty, I wonder if Christy is getting worried that you know too much about her husband.
Christy's tied up at the moment.
Be tied up
All
this
right.
entire hour.
Now your favorite band.
The Talking Heads.
That's Christy.
Oh, my favorite band.
It's like
I know. I'm kind of like single white female.
Except
for I'm married.
Right.
But not to you.
What's your favorite? What's Kitty's favorite band? Do you like the 80s music?
Yeah, I like the Tom Tom Twins.
You like the Bangles? You look like you could.
I like the Bangles, yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
There you go. The Bengals it is. What about you, Scotty Mac? What's yours?
Yeah, I'll go with the Talking Heads. It's a
All
good
right.
band. Zeppelin,
Very
I
good.
guess. Led Zeppelin.
Zeppelin's good.
Ooh, there you go. Nice. Way back.
Maybe,
Very cool. All right. Well, that concludes that segment of Fanboy for us.
Yeah.
Girl.
I fangirled. Except for
You
I'm a fan of weird stuff.
Yes, you are.
Except for Lord of the Rings. Everybody loves the Lord of the Rings.
What's Lord of the Rings?
The Lord of the Rings?
What's Lord of the Rings?
The movie.
The movie.
Kitty is referring to.
No. It's Lord of the Rings was a book.
Oh, well. You
a book
asked
before
which
it was a
movie.
movie.
I did know that. I used to read The Hobbit to put my little baby to sleep.
There you
So
go.
we read The Hobbit a few times before she was old enough to understand it, and she ended up loving Gollum in the movies. Like she would applaud. Yeah, no, she would applaud and giggle every time he went yeah. Went a little weirdo.
Has she ever dressed up as him for Halloween?
No.
No, she has not. And I see somebody has popped into the chat.
Well, hello.
Justin Belmont. Hello.
Justin.
And
you joining us tonight?
Fanta popped in. They both popped in over on YouTube and said hello.
Are you guys going to join us for Halloween or what? Come on in.
Well,
Water's fine.
They were both invited. We will see if they show up. In fact, Christy, before she got tied up, was over on the man cave.
There
and had
you
a
go.
great time. And also the Abby Free, who I don't think I've ever seen that username, came over and said hello unpeeled.
Very cool. Very cool. The Abbey Free. All right. I like
That's
that.
not somebody you know?
Not somebody I know. Unless Abbey Free was somebody else that I didn't know before, or did know before. That one's a new one.
Well, you know the Batman. Christy had prepared a few different live reads for tonight, and I think something that would be really fun to start with, and we can do in a small group like this, is Bill Gates' Haunted Hell House. Would you like to do that?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's roll into it.
All right, we're gonna have Cosmic bring that up, and oh shoot, and I just gotta say before we start this, but we can bring it up, of course. I'm forgetting to open the Madness Network chat. major shout out to Madness Comic Network for hosting Creative Chaos live every week over there on the Madness Comic Network. I gotta love that Pops Van Zant. So hello to Jim O'Reilly and Lark Bark hanging out over there. Okay, so Batman, I'm gonna tell you how we're going to play Bill Gates' Haunted Hell House. This is the far out view of what everything looks like. But this picture is going to start moving and zooming into words and all that kind of stuff. We're going to play round robin. So basically, when it stops, whatever it stops on, you read it if it's your turn. We're going to start with Scott, then it'll be me, then it'll be you. Got it?
Got it.
All right.
Okay, and this might fly by, so stay on your toes, sir. Stay on your toes.
Will do.
Do your very best. And if you mess up, it doesn't matter. Like everything on Creative Chaos, it's chaotic. All right, we're going to go ahead and start the Haunted Hell House.
All right. Blow it up.
It's coming.
And the audio is not working for some reason.
Oh, no.
Oh, maybe it is. No, it's not.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was thinking I wasn't hearing it.
There's no sound.
Oh, did it come through with sound?
I thought I had it with sound earlier. Why am I not getting sound now?
Aw, my AI music.
Not muted. It's set to monitor and output. Well, gosh golly, I don't know what went wrong. Hang on, let me try one of the other ones. Well, no, I don't want to do that. It'd be a spoiler.
I guess any spooky music would do.
I don't know where my audio went. Gosh darn it. Well, it's weird. The video's not moving. I'm going the whole way to the end and nothing is happening. Okay, something happened.
Weird.
Something weird happened.
It's
Halloween.
Exactly. We got the ghosts and ghouls in Cosmac Grandpa's streaming system.
All right, let me try reselecting the... let's see what happens.
Oh, and while we do, I hear the music now. And just shout out to Phantasmagorical, saying Soundgarden's her favorite. You are starting. It's gonna zoom in a second. Be patient.
Frighteningly great news. Billionaire Bill Gates grants another $20 billion to charities to fight climate change by building the ultimate
Haunted Hell House. Muted. Walk down this finite-laced feast when the irritable bowel syndrome blobbity blue. Oh, kicks in. You'll run to the John and unleash the beast. Go, Batman. Garden of genetically modified vineyard.
Ban fossil fuel climate change now.
I is crying.
Whole zombie horde of climate activists.
Bill Gates is the philanthropist.
Bill Gates is deeply concerned about global overpopulation.
Phantoms of Bill's trips to Epstein Island always loom, but Bill can't shake the thought of that underage poo. Mad Scientist's lab, Bill's garage, Gerb's danger. You might think all the props in this macabre den took hours to display. In fact, it looks like this every day.
It's time. It's time more deadly. It's 100 times more deadly. It's Dark Winter 3.
Try to avoid getting lured into the grass pit.
The fearmonger. That was a hell house and a train wreck.
All wrapped up into one for your viewing pleasure.
Oh, yeah.
We love train wrecks around here.
Yeah.
We're major rubbernecks.
Yeah. It's not a problem. It's just a stupid magazine.
Batman, I got confused because I saw your red mic on and then it left. And then I didn't know what happened. I heard you a couple times.
Yeah, I was trying to wait for it to read, and then I read one, and you guys started reading over me, so I didn't know which one it was.
I want to do it again.
Let her rip.
Let's do it again. And it'll go Scott, me, then you. No. Yeah, we'll do it like that. And we're just gonna stay silent even if we don't hear you.
Sounds good.
Okay. Take 2.
Okay, we're doing it live.
Fucking do live. Oh, Kitty doesn't speak like that.
Just did.
She's a good girl. Christy's a little tied up. Wink.
Frighteningly great news. Billionaire Bill Gates grants another $20 billion to charities to fight climate change by building the ultimate
haunted
Greedily gulp down this crisis. When irritable bowel syndrome kicks in, you'll run to the John and unleash the beast.
garden of genetically modified veggies.
Bands!
Ban fossil fuel.
Guy is crying.
The zombie horde of climate activists as they vomit. Whoop.
Green talking points.
As they vomit green talking points.
Creepy public relations robots.
Bill Gates is a philanthropist and humanitarian who donated $4 billion to charity.
I can't see anything. It's not showing up.
Go ahead, honey.
Bill Gates is deeply concerned about global overpopulation.
Phantoms of...
I got it. Phantoms of Bill's trip to Epstein Island always loom, but Bill cannot shake the thought of that underaged goon.
Mad Scientist Lab, a.k.a. Bill's Garage.
Germs, danger. You might think all the props in this macabre den took hours to display. In fact, it looks like this every day.
Another baby. Deadly, it's Dark Winter 3.
Try to avoid getting lured into the grass pond.
The fearmonger.
The fearmonger. Okay, I just gotta say, as Kitty Phillips and totally not Christy,
What?
I see.
Here?
She's a little tied up.
You were saying?
Oh, Cosmac Grandpa is the bomb producer, just like Christy's bomb sandwiches.
You know, Christy's a lot louder than Kitty.
I'm a little more refined.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I think maybe because I'm hosting Creative Chaos, I'm enjoying a good beer tonight. And it's Halloween.
That's got to be the thing.
And the Batman, I just got to tell you as well that Christy really appreciates you being a co-host on the show, especially when it comes to talking about comics and collectibles and toys.
Thank you. Thank you.
Have you bought anything recently? Do you have any new acquisitions?
There's a couple of boxes that came for me today that I haven't had a chance to open. Should we go look at them?
This should be every week. It'd be toy time.
Toy time with the Batman?
Toy time with Batman.
That's just going to encourage him.
Okay. That's good.
I got a lot of stuff I could just pull out of storage. Trust me.
Okay, so I think it was when I was viewing last week's show, I believe Batman went into his storage unit or storage area. Do you know, I think that actually might be a fun Halloween thing to do. I think what I'd love for you to do is to go in that area and just randomly pull things here and there. But I'd love it to be a game where you might not necessarily know what's in the box.
Sounds good.
Can you do
I
that?
can do that. Sure.
Okay.
I've got a couple of boxes that I don't know what's in them yet. So let me move into the other room. Hold on a second. I have to take my phone out of my tripod and unplug.
While you do that, I just have to say Jim Bone popped in over on the Rumble and posted some Flip City Magazine original little emojis that I put in there. It's our tinfoil hat guy reading the magazine. So hello to Jim Bone. Thanks for popping in and at least dropping something. And Woodrow and Flatus Assfire, hilarious name, popped in over on Rumble and said, hail to the chat, and gave some thumbs up over there. Are we in the area?
I'm going to show you in 1 second. Okay. We're in a special room right now, and I'm going to turn the camera around if I can remember how to do that.
We're content creators.
So this is one of my rooms for storage, and I have some Tupperware tins here. And yeah, there's definitely something in here. I don't know what it is yet. I don't remember. So hold on one second.
All right. Those are those containers that you get for a really great price at Costco. If you
I
bought
got
them
these from Ocean State Job Lot, and I got them for a great price.
I heard Ocean's Fig Jogwat. Is that what you heard?
Ocean State Job Lot.
Oh. That's not anything near Ocean
Here,
Fig.
bud. I'm sorry. No, definitely not Ocean Fig. So we're going to top the top and see what's on the inside. Oh, okay. I know what this is. So we've got a Batman figure that's fairly recent.
Okay. Very nice. Very nice Batman.
So this is more of a low-end kids version. His legs don't move, but his arms and his head does. So it's got like 3 points of articulation. Oh, here's a cool one. I forgot about this. This is a Rey Mysterio Jr. figure that looks like he's dressed up as Batman. And this was a wrestling costume he had designed after one of the Batman movies came out. All right. Oh, this is a cool one too. This is really cool. This is a little remote control Batmobile from the newest movie with Rob Pattinson, who portrayed Batman in the latest incarnation, and it's got its own remote control. And I believe this is the one No, it's not the one that I opened. This is the one that I kept sealed.
Oh, so you get a couple of
What do we have
copies of
in
these things.
I was just going to ask,
Yes,
by
I
the
do.
way, if you ever open any of these and play with them. So you buy doubles that you want to play with?
When I was younger, I used to buy doubles. Now I just don't have the money or the time to buy any. So, but this right here is the Batman Who Laughs. And this I got at a music store up at Ithaca College when I went to go visit my son for graduation. And for a total of $8, I got a $25 figure. And it's kind of creepy and it's kind of perfect for Halloween.
It's very creepy.
And that's
Yep, it's supposed to be a combination of Joker and Batman.
That's odd.
It looked like it had interchangeable hands.
Yes, it does. It came with extra hands. It had a set of hands, and then the hands that come on it. And then it comes with a mace of some kind.
Well,
Let's see here.
hey, may I interrupt you and ask you a question about kind of the rise of the action figure? And from how I understand it, it kind of was when it really exploded, it was with Star Wars, right?
Yeah, Star Wars kind of set the standards. Actually, no. It actually goes back to even beyond Star Wars. If you go back to I want to say closer to 1975, 76, before 77, you had Mego Toys. And Mego Toys kind of broke the mold where your boy character, your male characters were customized into action figures. That's where the term came from originally. Back in the mid 70s, you had Marty Abrams, who I happen to know personally. He actually had changed the name of dolls to action figures, and it was on the packaging. And my mom and my dad, when Hanukkah was coming around, my mom got me a Batman action figure. And my mom brought it home to show my dad. My dad said, "Why did you buy our son a doll?" And my mom goes, "It's not a doll, Jack. It's an action figure." And she held up the package and she pointed to the words action figure. So my father just shook his head, oh, you God, and went about his business. And mom wrapped it up. And that's what my first action figure was, a Batman action figure from Mego Toys. So Mego Toys was the originator of action figures. And then Hasbro came out with, of course, Star Wars stuff in 77 and shrunk them down to 3 3/4 inch size. And that's where that came from. So it's a whole different ball of wax.
So
there's
you actually
toy history.
You actually have a living example of toy history, because that's not what I learned from History Channel. I think it was more that like a G.I. Joe type thing.
Well, G.I. Joes came out first, I want to say in 61 or 64, but they didn't catch on as readily as Barbie doll. That they were hoping that G.I. Joe would really take the boys' toys by storm and make it into something bigger. It did later on in the early 70s, but originally in 61, 62, 63, it was kind of light, but it did blow open much bigger when Mego Toys came on the scenes.
Interesting.
Okay, well, let's go back and look at your toys again. Oh, wait, what's
Okay.
this? What's this? Cosmic
wow.
brought something up.
Here.
Cos, can you make that full screen?
Let me see if I can find the right button for that. There it is.
So these are the Mego action figures. Is this on eBay, Cosmic?
Yeah. And the point was the date. These are from 1974.
Thank you. 1974.
Yeah.
They all look a little melted. I'm sure that's how they looked originally, though.
Yeah, they didn't really weather badly if you kept them in a dark room under, a box or in a showcase somewhere. But kids wanted to play with these, so they would rip them out of the packages and play with them. To find a set of these sealed, what are they asking for them, Cosmic? I can't read it.
$1,000.
There you go. Six
For a
figures.
set.
The first six.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Batman, have you held on to anything that old, or have you gone and bought stuff that was older rather than the newer stuff?
Yes, I have a lot of older collectibles. Some of those are in storage still, and I have no way of getting to them now because they're locked in a storage container, which I've been locked out of because of my ex-wife. But yes, I do have some of those. And I do have other figures that are older as well. As a matter of fact, I actually have a series of older figures. We're not going to dive into this box anymore because now that Scotty's asked me, I'm going to take you into my office and show you older stuff.
All right.
The
Like stuff from
prized
the
collection.
Yes,
The stuff that
from the
actually
late
gets
60s, early
displayed.
70s. Yes, stuff that gets displayed. So, hold on a second.
Neat.
I'm running from office to office. So let's see here. I've got showcases here that have stuff. But
So you stay on top of those storage fees, right? Because I don't want to see those. I don't want to see those pop up on Storage Wars.
yeah, no, I have
they'd be so happy.
they would be ecstatic at some of the stuff that I have. So
Yeah.
all right, here we go. I'm gonna turn you around. This is one of my showcases right here. So here we have a series of action figures from different variations of different toy companies. But that right there is a parachuting Batman figure. Looks like he's holding his hands above his head, like he's bodybuilding or something, but he's really supposed to be holding onto a parachute. Now, I lost the parachute a long time ago. The cape is missing, and the emblem on his chest is missing. To buy one of these, mint on card right now would go for about $200 to $300, brand new in package, from 1966, 67, or 68.
Neat.
Over here, I have a puppet. It is a hand puppet from 1969 that was given to me by my grandfather, and my sisters got Robin, and my other sister got Joker. And of course, we couldn't find Robin or Joker, but I did save my Batman.
Do you have memories of you guys playing with them all together, or did that not happen?
Yes. And there was actually a little play studio that came with it. It was a cardboard box. It was like a little puppet stage theater, and it came in them with the three figures, and we beat each other up with the puppets to the point that we broke the box and destroyed the packaging. And if I had that packaging today, that package alone would be worth $1,000.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm gonna jump in and just tell an anecdote about my brother's Star Wars toy collection. He had a pretty decent one, and but being an older brother, he didn't want me to really play with him. But when he was in a good mood, he'd let me pick one character, and it was always Chewbacca. And if he was in a really, really good mood, he let Chewbacca have a force field so that he didn't kill me immediately.
No. Now I have a really unique toy here from the late 60s, early 70s. I want to say 1969, and it's kind of interesting. I don't know if you guys saw It Freaking Figures, but I showed this to them this past week on Monday night, but I don't think you saw it, so I'm going to show you guys. This right here is a water gun, and the mouth is the hole. But what's really interesting about this is the trigger is a penis.
Yeah.
And the butt plug is the water stopper.
Oh my gosh. Wow. And I'm sorry, when did you say that was from?
1969.
And you have to pump them off.
You know, before we were, worried about everything getting transed and over sexualized.
Yeah, it's
Nobody
just-
really thought of it.
Just a Batman gun.
Now this is a 1966 Batman cowl playset, and it used to come with a cape, and you could buy the utility belt separately. And that right there is probably worth about a couple $100 in the condition it's in.
Wow.
And my original one that I had was originally given to my cousins when I was going off to college, and the dog ate it, so I never got it back. So I had to actually go out and buy another one, and this one has some BB gun holes in it, but it's in a lot better shape than the one that my cousins had that was originally mine.
Well, just given that, you're a big Batman collector and fan, and obviously it's your handle
Yeah.
all across social media and everything, and just looking at your collection, um, would you say you're in a top percentage of Batman memorabilia collectors, or are you just like a baby compared to the major collectors?
The stuff that I have, the older stuff that I have, was actually listed in a museum during the 1989 pre-release of the Michael Keaton Batman movie. And that was back in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and it was about $20,000 of my personal collection, stuff that I had since I was a kid, and stuff that I had acquired over the course of time. And those figures, and like I had a puppet on strings that's probably worth a couple $100 now. Back then, maybe $50 back in 1989. So it has increased in value, but I bought that so long ago, it was before I even got married.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, hey, Batman, and something like that. Did you hear about an exhibition coming up and reach out to them, or do you know somebody already? Because that's interesting. Though they want publicity. They can get a lot of people in the doors by doing a Batman thing, and so we're gonna make
What happened
arrangements to make
was-
a borrow from you. That's great.
Yeah, what was really interesting is the guy who was the guest curator was an acquaintance of mine through the comic book shows that I used to go to and the toy shows. And he knew that I had a very large collection, even back then. I mean, I've been collecting since I'm 5 years old. So we're talking a lot of stuff. And so he reached out to me and he said, would you like to put your collection in a toy museum for a limited engagement that would run 1 year from August of 1989 until September of 90. And I was like, sure, why not? But how are we going to protect it? So I had insurance companies contact me. They valued the stuff back then, and it was all stuff that I had had prior to my getting married, because I didn't get married until 94 or 93. And it was wild because it was just so much stuff. I really didn't realize what I had back then to now. Although now I probably have 10 times as much stuff. But there's a piece in this office that I just moved back into that I absolutely love from 1966. That is one of my all-time favorites. And it's really a cheesy thing. I'm going to reach out and pull it over, and then I'll show it to you. It's really cool because it's like one of those things that you would have had in your bedroom when you were a kid, but you wouldn't play with it because it was a garbage pail.
Eight.
Unless, of
So
course,
you
you're
don't-
throwing paper into it.
Right. But it was a Chinese company, and these were called Chinkos. Chinko made a series of tin waste pails for children's bedrooms. And they have everything from Garfield to Star Wars to Dukes of Hazzard. If you go online right now and you look up this company, it says made in the USA, but it was tinned out in China.
And I'm sorry,
And
what was the company name again?
I want to say Chinko. Yeah, and Chinko.
One more time.
Chinkos. Not Kinkos, but Chinkos.
That's an early '80s piece there.
That's actually 72.
Is it? Okay.
Wow.
Well, you said Garfield, so I was assuming.
Garfield is later. The company
Yeah, okay.
the company was in business for probably about 30 years, and they made. I actually have one for Three Beermen that is probably in that back room I was just in. It's a giant beer mug, and it looks like it's filled with beer with a head of foam, and it's got a handle to it, but it's a giant waste pail, and it's a little bit taller than that one. And I haven't showed it on the show yet, but I do in fact have the beer mug version. Looks like a giant glass of beer, but it's a waste pail. Really cool.
All right, very good. Hey, just gotta let you know that over on pill.net we got a one-man raid from Madness Comic Network. and so Pops had to pop in and say, one-man raid.
What's up, Pops? Very cool. So
Hey,
what else do we have on tap for this evening?
Well, I pre-prepared 4 things. I'm sorry, I didn't do it. Christy did, because I'm Kitty. Pre-prepared 4 things. One of them we've done a couple of times already on Creative Chaos, but I wouldn't mind doing it again because we have a really great voice for the ma'am character that I want Scott to do. And you've read this so many times that I think you'll be good with it. Do you want to do Woke World Halloween? I think he said go for it before he unmuted. No, wait, but then he muted again. Wait, now he's muted again. I don't know what's happening. Huh. Interesting.
Sorry, I started coughing.
There he is.
Anyway.
Okay.
I didn't want to cough in your ear, so I muted before I coughed.
And I really appreciate that because I am on a weekly show with a person with a cough, and I also deal with a cough that I appreciate when people can be on top of that mute button. That and blowing your nose. You know, we got to mute for that. Anyway, Cosmic Grandpa, can you please bring up Woke World Halloween? And we'll start in one moment after Batman gives me the signal, the bat signal, that he's done coughing and unmutes as well because I see his mouth moving, but I don't hear him. I see that he's still muted. I think you're good. Can we hear you?
My apologies. My son called me in the middle of the show.
Oh, okay. So you were purposely muted.
Yes.
Okay,
So
that's great. Well, we all know the characters. Do you want to take Trampa, Batman?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I have a hoarse voice tonight. That'll be perfect.
Yeah, and then I'll take Trick-or-Treaters and Norm. And can you do both, ma'am and Dot?
All right. I will do them both.
And last time I checked the stream, my the timing was off with the music. But do we still want to sing the theme song?
What do you think?
Let's just do it anyway. It doesn't matter. Maybe it'll line up tonight. I don't know. We're gonna sing the theme song.
To the music.
All right, Cos, hit it whenever you're ready, buddy.
Hang on just one second. I seem to be having the same issue that I did with the
Oh.
last one. I think. Let's see. Nope, there we go.
Their quirks are habit forming, they're gender non-conforming, they're concerned about global warming, they trammy family.
Snap, snap.
Nope, for new initiates, left normal attire.
This is how they look. This is not Halloween. A sinister billionaire summons a satanic army of rapey zombies, and he's hellbent on using them to storm the U.S. border. It's
boring. I've got a playlist of really scary movies while we wait for the treaters. God's Not Dead. God's Not Dead 2. And some Kevin Sorbo flicks. Scary stuff. I'm getting chills already. I thought you Gerxes were going out tonight.
Your Dodd wants to go peaceful protesting and knock over some statues, but I told her all the good slaver ones are long gone.
Nice costume, Trampa.
Costume? Oh, right. 'Cause it's Halloween.
Norma, you can't answer the door without your costume. Here's your fairy princess costume.
It's Norm, and I don't want to answer the door. I don't want to be seen at all.
Funny story, Norma. Did you know you were actually conceived on Halloween? Tell him every last detail.
No.
No. It was a rainy night. We were in the back seat of my 2013 Kia Rio. Things were getting hot and heavy. And then I took my finger.
I don't want to hear this.
And I dialed the fertility clinic. And they did all the heavy lifting, if you know what I mean. True story. I have no clue what happened next. But always trust the science, Norma. Always trust the science.
I can't wait to see what these kind of sexy costumes these little degenerates cooked up this year.
Okay, cool your jets, old Tran. This isn't a preschool playground.
You know, Halloween is the only holiday that hasn't been officially canceled, but we can still fix that.
But you love Halloween.
No, then I love canceling stuff more.
Trick or treat.
Oh, remember when tricks were still legal? That was mean.
Who are you supposed to be?
I'm a landlord.
Oh, scary. Send this one to the gulag. Get the guillotine.
It's in the basement.
And who do we have here?
I'm the my pillow guy.
You win Halloween. There might be some drugs in there.
Got you, you little spring. I'm sorry, I forgot to unmute.
Thanks for the booster mixture. Now I have 8 times the protection.
Huh? Oh well, when the buds sprout, he'll figure it out.
Because it's hormones. Grandpa, that was an expensive treat to be handing out to strangers, and I'm sure Norma would like a treat too.
Oh no! Get the hells away from me!
You can run, but you can't hide from your true self.
Non-conforming, they're concerned about global warming, the trendy family.
Oh, what fun.
Hooray! I think actually I had a better voice than you came up with.
Well, you should.
For that, I should have done it.
Yeah.
I should have just done
I
it.
don't know what to tell you.
Well, not me. I mean, Christy had the voice.
Christy, well.
Because I'm Kitty Phillips.
How's that going to help you then? Where's Kitty, by the way? I mean, where is Christy right now?
She's a little tied up right now.
Oh, that's funny. It's always funny.
I'm so happy to be able to co-host with you tonight.
Yes, it's nice.
You're a very handsome man.
Okay, all right. Even with no neck.
With no
You're just
neck.
a floating head.
I accept you for who you are.
Just a floating head on your shoulders.
I think Christy would have been very upset to see you didn't have a neck tonight.
Well,
but I accept you
necklace
for who you are.
Creepy. Well, this has really been something.
It has been something. Nobody came to my party tonight.
Maybe your party, but it's a high demand holiday.
It is a high demand holiday.
I'll come here and hang with two people.
And another reason why I gotta say, Christy really appreciates the Batman and the awesome Cosmac Grandpa.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Look at, I think very few people know that we actually have a furry on staff. And he agrees. Don't hate.
That's me. I wonder why on Pop shows they get on the furries all the time. So I've never had a bad
You say
experience.
they bring the furries on to Pop
No,
shows?
they rag on the furries. They get on the furries case.
Oh, really? But he decided to go into business with you for some reason. That's a little inconsistency over there.
Pops is really a closet furry fan.
Well, let me ask you this, because Batman, I know that you're a connoisseur and you go to the cons and everything. Have you seen do you still go to cons? Have you seen a rise in the furry thing? Does it ruin cons? What's that like? I know the meme of the child crying, seeing, you see that kind of viral video going around with the furries.
Yeah, they don't really come to the Comic Cons anymore because they actually have their own furry cons. They literally have their own comic book conventions or costume conventions for furries.
The largest furry con is Anthrocon, and it's held in Pittsburgh every year. And Mrs. Cos works in downtown Pittsburgh, and she literally sees the furries walking in the streets. I mean, it's not even just in the convention center. They literally walk the streets when Anthrocon is in town.
Okay, well, if there were anybody to know such a thing happens, it would be you. Because you're a furry.
Indeed.
Well, I think you're about the cutest furry, because I think a lot of them do kind of weird furry stuff. I don't really want to think about it. I think, okay, I'm going to put a poll out just, to the three of us. Which is worse, bronies or furries?
Bronies on my account. I would say bronies are the worst.
I think I'd say bronies as well.
It's 3 for 3.
Okay.
Because furries are still people dressed up as animals, and they do weird, freaky things with each other. But a brony, I question their manliness.
Right. I do too. And I had a friend that made a game, and it was a lot of internet things that I've stayed away from, like things you'd find on 4chan,
Yep.
Yeah, and then I was walked through, the references of a lot of the game, and I was just disgusted with humanity. Almost as much as, I got to ask this of both of you, because something that happened when COVID happened, I had a lot of faith in humanity. We're not going to take this shit. But then I lost it really quickly. I don't know if you guys went through a similar experience or it. You know what I mean?
So here's my take on it, what I experienced. When everybody was out there being told, get the jab, get the jab, get the jab, my soon-to-be ex-wife went out and got the jab right away, and they weren't putting it on children yet. They weren't pushing it on the kids.
Uh-huh.
I told her, please don't get it. Please wait. Let them do the research. No, we need to do this. So my ex-wife is a psychologist. She went out and got it right away. She didn't wait. She didn't hesitate. She jumped right in and got it. And her mother went out and got it. Now her mother's got stomach cancer and she's been trying to beat it. So anyway, it went from getting the jab to then quarantining and masking up. Well, fuck that. It's a mandate. It wasn't a law. I refused to wear a mask. And I got criticized for it. I got ridiculed for it. I got screamed at. I was cursed at. I was told that they hoped that I died from it because I'm going to spread it to everybody if I don't put on a mask. And I'm like, you're all fucking idiots. Have a nice life. God bless you. And I'd walk away.
Yeah.
I didn't wear a mask the entire time COVID hit, except once when I had to get on an airplane to get down to Florida for my dad's funeral. And if I didn't have to go down to Florida for the funeral, I wouldn't have even had to go on the plane.
Yeah.
Yep, we were very similar. Not we, because I'm Kitty, but I mean Christy and Scott were very similar. And Christy even got arrested in Las Vegas for not masking.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, kidnapped.
Kidnapped, yeah. And you couldn't even fight it.
As a business owner who owned 3 restaurant locations at the time that COVID hit, one in downtown Pittsburgh that was forced to close completely because that was a tap room that was basically a bar and 6 tables. And with the 6-foot spacing difference, basically we could have 6 people in there at a time, period. The entire bar, we could have 6 people. So we had to close it, obviously. And literally the week after we closed, there was a giant BLM march right in front of the closed restaurant location. And that is when I lost my faith in humanity, is when we were forced to close, but the parade was encouraged. That's when I lost my faith.
So it took a little bit. But gosh, wow, I didn't even think about you being a restaurant owner during COVID and everything you had to deal with.
That was a nightmare. Yes. I could do a whole show on that.
I wouldn't mind, actually. Let's do that for the next time. Okay. Let's plan that. I'm gonna write up a little I'm sorry, Christy will write up a little thing for that.
Pass that on to Christy.
I love talking about that stuff. Yeah, I will. Hey, I just got to say that MSB 2.0 said, I had to mask at work, wore every kind of way, but right. And I say, yes. You know, I mean, the even the littlest things that you can do to like push back on the BS, I say, I'm 100% supportive of that.
So I did take one of my bat masks once and I put it over my face, but it only covered for my nose and my top of my head. I thought I was funny doing that, but I was told that that was silly and it's not going to work. And
yes, you were the silly one.
Probably told that by a bunch of dancing nurses.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I think one that really entertained me was Ben Garrison's wife, Tina. Tina Toons, for anybody that has come across her work. She got away with wearing a dangly necklace in front of her mouth.
Wow.
Yeah.
I actually had to go to a doctor's office and it was the height of COVID and I refused to wear a mask. And I had them put me in this one office, I guess an exam room. and I had 2 administrators come in full garb. We're talking those, hazmat style suits, no hands, no feet. They were all covered. They had 2 masks over their mouth, and they had the shields in front of them, and they had these special headdresses, and they were completely covered. And you could see the one man and one woman, and they were like, "Sir, you have to wear a mask." And I said, "No, I don't. I have a medical problem that prevents me from wearing it." Now, they couldn't ask me what my medical problem was, and I wasn't volunteering, so fuck them. Anyway, they tried to talk me into wearing one every which way from Sunday. The doctor wouldn't come see me if I didn't wear a mask, and the guy was literally sweating so badly from being in the hazmat suit with the 2 masks and the shield that the inside of the shield was dripping and steamy.
I'm sure you had a little bit of satisfaction from watching that.
I sure did. I sat there with a big shit-eating grin on my face, and I'm like, "How you like me now, bitches?" And the doctor came in a similar garb, checked me over, gave me a prescription, and literally the checkup was, take my temperature, take my blood pressure. Okay, here's your prescription. Now please get the fuck out of here. And I'm like, "See ya." And I never went back to that doctor again.
Wow. That truly is. I mean, we're celebrating Halloween tonight or observing Halloween, whatever you want to say. But really, we lived through way worse than Halloween, through the entire COVID thing that just never seemed to end. Have you guys seen, oh gosh, I guess there's still, I forget what they call it, like something like the COVID aware, and it's the people that are still following all the mandates. I just feel so, like, my heart actually goes out to those people. I am not angry at them, but it's like, wow, you guys just really bought it hook, line, and sinker, and you're terrified. Like,
What's really crazy is that I'm an election inspector this year, and I am at, okay, we can do that. You've been requested to raid Madness Network after we're done.
We will.
Okay, so I lost my train of thought.
I think Pops knows that I don't check my DMs while we're streaming. Like, I'm too ADD to do that kind of stuff. So thank you guys for keeping an eye on that.
Yeah, so I do remember now. I'm an election inspector this year. So I have done 2 polling centers, and at both polling centers, there is a handful of elderly people that still wear a fucking mask, and they are most likely Biden and Harris supporters, and it blows my mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess that. Oh, sorry. I turned on pilled and then I heard myself and it scared me.
Don't be afraid, kitty.
I'm not anymore because I put pause on it. I'm just setting up the raid. Don't mind me.
Oh, so you just pouring in on someone's stream?
Yeah, because apparently we have 5 viewers over on Pilled. All you lurkers.
All right.
All you lurkers over there, say hello.
Are you on Pilled?
Of course I'm on Pilled.
So you're watching the stream as it's live?
No, I just went over because you guys told me to set up the raid, so I had to pop open the channel and do all that.
So you're one of the 5. I'm one of the 5. I'll bet Cosmic is one of the 5. So
maybe Pops.
Maybe Pops. So there's only one other person watching that we don't know who that is.
Exactly. And then they're going to be smacked in the face with some Madness Comic Network.
There you go.
Oh, you know what was really nice? I was over on Pilled. I was over on Pilled maybe a week ago, and Classical Chick, who often does pop in and say hello on Creative Chaos,
we were in another chat and she said, "Oh, there's some kind of other comic thing. Like you guys might get along." And I'm like, "It's Madness Comic Network." I know. But it's nice to bring other forms of content over to the Pilled Network. I would
100%.
really love to see that explode as like a major alt platform, you know. I mean, right
It would
now,
be nice.
you know what I'd love? Both of you, because both of you have been on Pilled forever, and I've been on Pilled forever. I'd like an elevator pitch for what Pilled currently is. Not what it could be, what it actually is right now. Because I think I have a little elevator pitch for what Pilled is.
Pilled is a individual privatized format that has created a voice of the conservative movement, giving people an opportunity and a place to communicate with like-minded individuals and enjoy their day instead of being locked in a box, being screamed at by reeing leftist loonies.
I like it. That was a pretty positive elevator pitch because I was going to go a little more negative.
Okay, go for it. Let's hear it.
Only because it's Halloween, of course. I really do love Pill.net, but Pill.net where you can watch people comment on the news.
I wouldn't call what they're commenting on news. I would call it more programming, more stupidity.
You know, that actually is much better. Okay, I will adjust my pitch to Pill.net is a place where you go where you can be deprogrammed from the propaganda.
That is perfect.
Cause I don't know if you'd have an elevator pitch.
I was going to say it's a place to go to be unburdened by what has been, but I think that's been taken. So.
And only if you were raised in a middle class family, though. Everybody else
in Canada.
In Canada?
Yes, she was raised in a middle class family in Canada.
I didn't know that. Are you a birther? A Kamala birther?
I'm a Barry Soetoro birther.
Okay.
I've seen Barry Soetoro's birth certificate. He was born in Kenya.
What they say.
And they're probably correct.
Yeah.
I'm not going to argue with that.
I'm surprised it never made it into one of Donald Trump's books.
Well,
I'm going to give an anecdote. Wow, Chris Orry popping in over on the YouTube. And I think probably over on Madness Comic because it's not on my open chat. But I like now I can't read it. Cause is gonna pop it back up for me so I can read it. I like how Kitty looks like she stepped out of the 1960s. Tim Burton daydream. That works for me.
That's great.
That works for me. I will work on the character because, and I'm going to work on the character because I really want to go as Kitty to the Killer Karen stream over on the Madness. Because Laurie does a good show over there and she wears a wig and I want to wear my wig too. I think you guys might have seen me just adjust my bangs.
Kitty would be a fantastic guest for the Killer Karen show.
I think so too.
Show.
Yeah, especially because I have my pearls to clutch and that's what I want to constantly do. You know, because Karen's going to offend me constantly. And I think Karen's going to make me cry even. All right. Hey, you guys, thank you so much for being my friends at my party so I didn't have to cry that nobody showed up.
I'm glad I came in costume.
I'm glad you did too. I love that you expose yourself on Creative Chaos as the furry that you are, sir. Which are apparently very popular in Pennsylvania.
We're the home of Anthrocon. That's right.
Yeah. Oh, you guys, so next week we have Jack V. Lloyd coming on to Creative Chaos. He is the creator of he's basically an anarchist or libertarian, and I just can't remember what the actual name of his comic is right now, but I've been really wanting to meet him for a while. He's friends with multiple friends that have come on to Creative Chaos, so be sure to tune in next week for that. But as far as you guys go, Bruce, I know you've been hanging out on that frickin' figures over on Madness Comic Network. And of course, you guys have your Three Beermen show. Tell everybody where to find you the best.
Absolutely. Forgive my coughing. So, Three Beermen every Sunday night, 7 o'clock Big Apple time, 4 o'clock avocado time, 6 o'clock barbecue time, and 5 o'clock Central time. I think. Did I get that right? I think so.
That sounds
a lot
right.
of times.
And we're hanging out there talking about beer, pop culture, and technology. This weekend, we will be reviewing the MAGA Square Gardens event that occurred at Madison Square Garden. And I think we even have, I don't know if it came through yet, but Cosmic, you'll have to let me know. We had a special guest we were trying to acquire to talk about what's going to happen in the next several days.
We do have a preliminary confirmation. The show this Sunday will be called Taking Out the Garbage. Guess where that reference came from? And yes, and our guest, fingers crossed, we have preliminary confirmation. 412 Anon Adelnero from 412 Productions will be joining us.
Awesome.
And he had a fantastic week because his guest on his show earlier this week was none other than Kash Patel.
No.
Yeah.
That's a good get.
There's some heavy hitters over there on the Pilled Network, by the way, you guys. Really super exclusive interviews with people that have been building up their profile for years, and most of them kicked off YouTube back in 2021.
Yeah.
Right.
And
So you know they're
412
cool.
is hometown for me. He's his that's what 412 stands for. It's our area code. So
I didn't know that.
he's a local. We've met in person.
Well, that's really funny that he's 412 Anon. So not so Anon if you know the area code.
Well, Pittsburgh's a big city. You can stay kind of anonymous. Especially if
I've
you wear a
never
furry
visited.
costume.
For sure, for sure.
Cause trying to get everybody to join his cult tonight because it's Halloween. All right, cool. So yeah, I said who next week's guest is. Thank you guys so much for being here on Halloween night. I know it is party time out there in the real world. And thank you for everybody that checked into chat. Thank you, Scott McKenzie.
Thank you, Kitty Phillips. You did a wonderful job standing in for Christy tonight because Christy is somewhere. I forget where.
She's a little tied up.
Okay. Okay, then.
All right, everybody.
There was supposed to be a picture to go with that, but that didn't happen.
That's too bad.
Anyway, thank you. Love you guys. We will see you next week. Same bat time, same bat channel, Flip City Magazine. And for anybody interested in knowing what Flip City Magazine is, you can go to flipcitymag.com and check out our free magazine. And we've got a campaign running exclusively on Fund My Comic, because that, like pill.net, is the only free speech crowdfunding platform. So you can find our campaign going live right now on Fund My Comic at fundmycomic.com/FlipCity23. If you don't love Flip City, Ray popped in last minute over on YouTube saying, "Sorry, missed it, guys." It's okay, Ray. Everybody ditched me. It's fine. Thank you for having me on your show tonight, by the way. Not me, Christy. But she's tied up right now. All right. So yeah, well, let's close it out tonight. And thank you to everybody that joined. Come back next week. Bye, guys. We wave like this.
Our ragtag band of zombie apocalypse survivors find themselves on a sprawling studio lot near Sonoya, Georgia.
I scouted ahead. There's an advance of zombies on the perimeter. There must be 1,000 of them.
Scarl, help me secure the barriers.
I head that way and create diversion. Everybody calm down. I'm sure they saw the flyers I posted and came to join our anti-racism rally.
When did we agree to a rally? What are you talking about?
I planned it all out. Look, I made these signs out of aluminum siding from our shelter and our last bit of firewood. Hey there, we just want to make sure you have equal access to voting. I have a stack of mail-in ballots right here if you need them.
Rick, I ain't comfortable with this.
Go back to hell, zombie scum.
Hey Daryl, how about we stop with the demonization? These aren't bad people, they're just dead and they need jobs. Maybe try something called compassion for once. If you're going to insist on being xenophobic and blaming immigrants for all your problems, then you're forcing me to stand against you. This here is our opportunity to extend a hand to our former humans. Ow.
Grab the big guns. They're coming fast.
Hold on there. Those rifles are for hunting small game and birds.
But, Dad!
These are weapons of war. Nobody needs a gun that will shoot 30 bullets in 30 seconds. You think you're gonna take on the government or something? You'd need more than that, like F-15s and stuff. The government could just nuke you if they wanted to. Now put your guns in the fire and we'll melt them down in a symbolic gesture.
You're crazy. You need serious help, man.
And maybe you need to take a look at yourself and ask why you need to make up for your microphallus by walking around with a bunch of guns like a big shot. Come on, everybody, reject Daryl's calls for violence and form a human chain of resistance. No justice, no peace. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome.
If I live through this, I'll eat you myself.